If you want to, again, use this document that's pictured here as a resource, you can do that. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to cover your bing, your bang, and your boom. Your bing is the who. We've already talked about that. Your bang is what it is that you are pushing or delivering, excuse me, what it is that you're delivering. And your boom is how do they feel? What's the real excitement? What's the boom? What's the the thing that's going to get somebody super jazzed and really start talking about your product. So to do this in a very easy, straightforward manner, you can create a marketing pitch this way. This can be your elevator pitch that you talk to when people are at a party and they ask you, what do you do? This can give you an easy way to say what you do very quickly and answer that, but it also helps you think about your marketing communications that will eventually spill over to your writing and blogging and your press releases and everything else. Here's your 3 sentences. First one is, we serve, and then you fill in the blank, who face the challenge of, fill in the blank, and their customer experience is. So if it's me, for example, I'm a green business owner, I say, we serve mission-driven entrepreneurs face the challenge of growing their business. When they come to one of our classes, they learn something that they can turn around immediately and use in their business to better communicate with their customers. Clear, simple, it's easy, and hopefully you guys all agree now that you're listening to it. So use this sentence stem exercise and sort of create your own elevator pitch this way. If you need to come back to this slide, I will be happy to come back to this slide. It does come up again, so I'm going to go through it here. Okay, so your assignment, should you choose to accept it, and I'm happy to have these bounced off of me. If you want to send an email into info@greenbusinessowner.com, let us know that you took this class, and basically send that email in and say, here's my 3 pitches I'm kind of thinking about for my business. My marketing communications will spill over from this, but these are the verbal pitches that I'm going to make. Write it down 3 different ways. What's your bing? What's your bang? What's your boom? Combine them, make them into 2 sentences, make it super simple, super clean, and make sure that every word deserves to be in there. There are a whole slew of elements of a great marketing pitch, and this is especially important if you are speaking in person. These are listed in that document. I believe it's Exhibit 6 in the document. You can take a look at that. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on the exhibit number, but these are listed out in the document. Confidence in your offerings, focus on the product or service. The document goes through quite a bit of detail on these, but you can kind of see just from the list that's in front of you that all of these things are kind of important, and for the details, again, just go into the document. I do want to throw out one other thing, and that was the last element of this slide here, which is your delivery. Okay, and so your delivery means different things depending on which marketing channel you're using. If you're just talking, your delivery is your speech. If you're writing something, your delivery obviously is when you click send. If you're submitting a press release, again, it's the send. But when you are in person, and this will probably be the #1 way that you're talking about your business, you will have to focus a little bit on your movement signature. And your movement signature will convey, I forget the statistic, but people say that at least half, or maybe more than half, I can't remember the statistic, the amount of communication that comes through verbally versus non-verbally when you're talking to someone is astounding. So just me talking to you right now, the hand gestures I'm using, the video format, my voice, the confidence that I have if I lean in, if I lean back, all those things are part of the movement signature for you guys to have confidence in what I'm saying. And so that's what I try to promote in these classes, is that a very confident tone that you can do this, you can take what you're learning here and go and do it. So you should do the same thing with your movement signature. You can see these 2 pictures that I've laid out here in the screen. You can see the woman on the left is sort of back on her heel. She's throwing her hands up. Her shoulders are sagged down a little bit. She does not look confident. She doesn't inspire confidence in the listener. And as a result, you might take her message with a little bit more of a grain of salt. The fellow on the right is very engaging, very professionally dressed. He's very credible. Just by looking at him, you think this guy probably has done his research, has studied, and is making a pretty good case for the point that he's trying to make. But very engaging, very much like focused on you and the hand motions, everything. So working on your movement signature is very important. Obviously, there's a lot more than you can never tell just from one picture, but just these are just examples of types of movement signature items that can affect the confidence that someone might have when listening to you. So to work on your movement signature, here's a little exercise that we do when we do in-person workshops. Write down the adjectives that you would like to convey, that you would like to have people afterwards say, wow, that presentation was so, or did you hear Jim? Man, he was so, whatever it is. So if you're describing an electronic product, a brand new, if you're an engineer and you're describing your new developed product, and it's technical, you want to come off probably intelligent, sharp, sort of exciting new technology. Write down the adjectives that you'd like to have described about your presentation, what you say both verbally and non-verbally. Okay? And then write all those things down, put them away, and then go get a couple of people that you're going to test this with and practice your pitch in front of these people, the whole pitch, the verbal part and the non-verbal part. Okay? Talk to them, tell them you'd like to pitch practice your pitch for them, but don't say, please keep an eye on this. Just practice your pitch for them. Just say, would you mind giving me some feedback on this? And so give it, and then when you are done, ask them for feedback. Say, what were the adjectives that you would use to kind of describe how this presentation was given, how my pitch was given? And if they don't match up, if the adjectives that you wrote down and that other people say don't really match up, synonym-wise or exactly or whatever, then you've got some work to do. So try it, see what happens, and if they're not aligned, then you want to try and work on it somehow. Say, okay, well, how could I have conveyed a little bit more of a sense of excitement? How could I have shown how technically cool this product was, or how functional it was, or whatever. So ask the people, and you'll get great feedback for that. The rest of your marketing communications, again, flows that way, as we talked about before. This is just, this is a very simple exercise, but it really gets you kind of clued in to how you do the rest of your marketing communications. Obviously, what you say on your website, at the top of our website, our tagline says, grow your mission-driven business, keep your sanity. We went through perhaps 1,000 iterations of what our tagline should say. We had 20 people pitching in ideas, and this was the winner. And as a result of a lot of thought about each individual word. So everything you say is part of your marketing communication. So make sure that it is sharp. So I'm just going to leave it there. But what do you want people to hear when they have that voice in their head and they're reading your emails, when they're reading your website, a blog article you write? What's the voice in their head telling them? How do you want that? How do you want that message to come across? So key takeaways today: marketing communications is clear about who you are serving. It's obvious to the problem that you solve, and it's very effective in making the listener understand how it works. Okay, and I put listener in quotes there just because it could be reader or whatever. But basically, how it works, the person should, in that marketing communication, a person should get that sense of what it would be like to be your customer. Okay, that's it for today. I always end with this slide. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the work that you do to make the world a better place. As Gandhi said, be the change you want to be. You guys are the change we want to see in the world. You're the reason we exist. Very grateful for your presence today. Thanks for registering for today's class. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to open it up to questions. I see 2 questions already. So we're going to open it up to questions here in just a moment. But I just want to say, again, we look forward to serving you. There are, again, greenbusinessowner.com. You can click on the classes link at the top, and you can find all our upcoming classes. So enjoy. Hope to see you again at one of our classes, and we'll talk to you then. So I'm going to go ahead and end recording, but everybody who's on the call, don't worry. This isn't going to end the meeting. It's just ending the recording. So I will be with you in just a moment.